Legends. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to quickly show you guys one of my favorite types of trade setups that I look for within the market. The trade setup I'm about to review is a play that I look for quite often as it has numerous confluences backing it when playing out. And so with this Legends, I hope you guys enjoy this type of video. If you guys have any questions pertaining to the material that I review, please don't hesitate to send me a message or put it in the comments down below. And so with this Legends, let's get right into it. The chart I have in front of you guys is US dollar Swiss franc on the 4-hour time frame. If you guys have been following me for a while or you are part of my training course, you guys know that this is not a pair that I am particularly ever interested in or even break down. Now, the reason why I broke it down last week was because if we do take a look at this movement right here, this did not occur last week. The structure was extremely beautiful, and so I wanted to break it down just to see if we could see a trend continuation play, in which we in fact did. Now, going into the reasons, Legends, of why this is one of my favorite types of trade setups, first, we have to look at the basis of the structure. So how do we start off? We start off with an initial impulse. The buyers are in control. A new trend has started. Then we move into a state of liquidation, relief, or profit taking. For those that did not know, with every impulse does come a state of liquidation or profit taking. Someone made money within this push. At some point, they must take profit, which causes a counter move in the opposite direction. Now, looking at the structure once more, please remember that this area over here was not here last week when looking at the play. What did we have and what was structure showing us? We had initial impulse and we have a state of liquidation. But more importantly, look at how the trend is forming. We have a low, we have a high, and now potentially we are creating the higher low. For those that don't know how a trend cycle comes about, just to refresh your memory one more time, a trend consists of 4 points. For a trend to be called a trend or for a trend cycle to come about, we need in a bullish trend 2 points to form first, that impulse, the low and the high. Then we need the higher low, apologies for the small pullback, and then we need a higher high. 4 points to call it a trend, to state that a trend cycle has come about. Now, going back into the reasons of why this is one of my favorite types of trade setups. When this third point right here does in fact start to form, price does start to decelerate, it does start to exhaust near a major critical area, the weekly support, gives me some good indications, once again, good indications that market momentum might start to shift into this bullish run again. And I said indications, once again, Legends, because we do in fact need to create short-term higher highs and in addition, invalidate this liquidated movement. So taking a look at it, Legends, for me to start looking for trades on a structure like this, what I want to be looking for is A, higher highs to be formed, and B, more importantly, invalidating this previous liquidated movement. My goal is to get back to the tops, not get stuck within where this initial bearish momentum began. So taking a look at structure and how this comes back into one of my favorite types of trade setups to play. When structure does in fact formulate this higher low by breaking out of this last lower high, creating short-term higher highs, that is the second indication to me that structure is going to start to shift in this bullish momentum once again. Once again, it's a mere indication. Why am I saying that? You will find traders that will take the trades on the break of the last lower high and run it into the area where the initial bearish momentum began by breaking these lows. There's nothing wrong with that. For me, I am not interested in a play like that simply for the fact this can be all treated as relief and drop one more, creating a structural retest, potentially breaking the lows. I'm not interested in potential pullbacks, rejections, and things of this nature that can occur in such a region. So for me, when I start to see invalidations of the previous bearish momentum by breaking back above where the initial sell started, then I start to really look at structure closely. Why? Because now structure is really hinting to us that we're going to get further continuation of this bullish momentum. Once we do in fact break above, invalidating this initial bearish momentum, stating it was liquidation, it was in fact relief, and the most important point, creating that third point, our high or low. We are now good to go. And statistically, we should push back to the tops. Going into why it's my favorite play. First, we have a huge surge from the buyers in this case. Great. Indication number one, I have momentum on my side. I'm looking for buys. We get a state of liquidation or profit taking. Beautiful. That is very healthy within structure. On top of that, we are potentially formulating our third point. Remember the example I went in prior, showing you guys what we need to formulate a trend. Then, once we create short-term higher highs by breaking out of the last lower high, we get another confirmation, not indication. Apologies, legends. On top of that, we are looking for invalidations of this initial bearish momentum by breaking back above, stating it was in fact liquidation and profit taking. We get that. And once more, we look for our retest closing above the previous area that we broke, invalidating. And from there, we can take it back to the tops. Like I stated in the beginning of the video, legends, the main point that this is one of my favorite types of trade setups is because I have 5 confluences backing me at this current point. Now, this is just one example within structure. Who's to say that you might have another structure in which this is within a more complex degree and the entirety of the momentum is bullish and you just even have added confluences. But just in this given play, we have 5 confluences backing us, making it very probable that if we do in fact invalidate where this initial bearish momentum began, that we will in fact push back to the tops. The game is a game of statistics and probability. And you legends have to remember in the end of the day that our goal as traders is just to put ourselves in areas where the odds are in our favor. We simply just want to play the odds. That is all. And so I hope you legends enjoyed this type of video. This is one of my favorite types of trade setups that I like to look for within the markets. If you guys had any questions pertaining to the material I went through, please don't hesitate to send me a question or a message. And so with that, legends, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. I look forward to speaking to you guys soon.